place you played last together that kind of stands out in your memory is like, yeah, we need to get back together.
Yarmany Grass was real fun out in Colorado.
I hear you say something in Colorado.
Yeah.
Time out there.
Also, both the Winter Wondergrasses were really
Yeah, those are
awesome. All three of those really stood out because we were surrounded with all of our favorite bands and our favorite musicians, and we got to see all of them play and hang out with all of them, you know, in between shows and after, like, late night, and it was great. You know, it's one thing to be out on the road and you know, occasionally cross paths with certain bands, but when you get to be all in the same place, it's just wonderful. It's great to see all of our favorites.
Excuse me. So I know you guys have got big plans for 2019. You're probably working on an album, and you've got a bunch of shows coming up. But you got to say tomorrow that when I was reading the lineup, I thought it was very interesting. You want to tell me a little bit about that? And I'm going to make sure that you name each and every person.
Oh man, get him.
Consult the cheat.
Oh, he's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, I know all the names. I just don't know all the names of all the
But yeah, you guys are playing kind of a showcase show. It's kind of a local all-star. It almost seems like, as far as the guys you play around, the jam and stuff.
Yes, it's going to be a smorgasbord of musicians that Wolfie's about gonna name, or Ben is.
Yes, we got the three of us: Jason Wolf and Adam Copeland, and I'm Ben Gorley. Then we got Katie Did It coming up from Lexington, Kentucky, from the Mama's Head String Band. Maria Corelli from the Maria Corelli Band. We got Nick Giese, who's played with like Wade Jennings and plays with Maria and with Mariah as well. Nick Blasky. He's did so much stuff. Q-Tet, and he plays with Maria Corelli as well, and then the Omega Moose.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That was the name of the sorority on the
That's right. Yeah, that is. That's why I thought I recognized that. Because
Yeah, then Mariah Haven, the Sassy Molasses Show, and we got Brian Johnson from Strange Mechanics coming out as well. So.
I've had a couple of those people in studios, so that's kind of cool. That's good.
And I heard that Mike Hennel from the Summit is going to crash the party.
Nice.
So
That's what we need.
So
Yeah.
all those people in one night of energy.
yep,
Not bad. Not bad.
I'm interested to see how we all fit on the stage at the same time.
yep.
Yeah, that may be a little difficult.
it's going to be like tag team wrestling, I think.
Okay.
That would be fun. Or you can do it in layers, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you can roll, someone, okay, I'll just say, make me sound like a nerd. Someone can bring your Dungeons and Dragons random percentile dice.
He's got all of them. He's got all of
How
them.
do you think we know what to play next?
Yeah.
Roll 100.
There was we kind of fell out of practice. One did a couple times, but when we weren't sure who was supposed to start a show, like because whoever based on who finished the last show, if we weren't sure, or it's been a while,
So we had a four-sided
we
die.
wanted to we wanted to have some kind of dice to throw that that
Or if we're in the bus, we'd roll a 6-sided dice to decide where we're going to eat.
Right,
yeah. So, but we
It's been a while.
did we lose it? Did we lose him, or I don't know what
Who
happened?
knows? I think I probably ate a few of them. I'm not sure.
I got really hungry.
hard die to swallow.
Yeah, them hundreds. Yeah.
Well, at least you
Forget
didn't
that.
die from it, huh?
It's like a Dungeons and Dragons version of a cow trap. You just throw on the ground and some steps on it. All right, well, I'll go quick rambling. I think these guys are going to play a couple more tunes.
Yep.
Let these guys get on.
This one's called Tuning. Tuning fish. This is. That's how it's supposed to sound. Can't help it if your timing's off. Thanks. It's been working out. Really looking after itself. I'll put some miles on this thing.
Alright, so song there again? Yeah.
Another original.
Another original, yeah.
I think this song's PC enough.
Hundreds of songs, probably, in your songwriting career.
That's close enough for the radio, right?
Yeah.
So, we're
Well, it's green grass and I'm all dry. Raw whiskey to get me wet.
when you got real loud there. You said it before a second. I was like, ah! So that was an original by Wolfie. So how long has that been in the repertoire?
Maybe a year and a half, 2 years, something like
Yeah, something about like that.
It's one of my newer ones.
So how many tunes on average do you guys kick out a year as far as new ones go?
I'm behind.
I'm
way behind. I've
Sometimes.
been a little stale lately.
I have
That musty Jim's shoe smell to my writing lately. But it's coming back. I can feel it.
Well, I think your repertoire is big enough. You don't necessarily have to add a bunch of tunes.
Maybe that was my attitude. Maybe that's when I need to put myself in check. Get back to work. Yeah, I do. Let me look this up here.
So how many tunes do you think you guys do like a year you think on average?
Different songs?
You mean
No, I mean just new tunes that you break out a year.
new tunes that are originals or okay, originals.
We're going to focus kind of on
It ends up being, I think, a couple a year for each of us. But then, like Ben, more prolific. But there's certain songs we'll only play a couple times, and he either maybe like wants to, back in the woodshed and come back to it later, or maybe tweak it. I don't know. But that's one of my things. Is I write songs, and there's plenty of them that I get halfway through it, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this. It's more, it's or maybe it takes me just long enough. I'll get like a burst and get halfway through it, come back to it a week later or a month later, and I'm like, maybe not. And there's sometimes I know when a song is definitely a keeper that I need to make sure everybody in the band knows. When I can't get it out of my head, a day, 2 days later, I keep getting that same line coming at me every time, or some line from it. So yeah, but it's just so it's such a burst, and it just it's
hit or miss. Probably a bunch more covers coming away.
Yeah.
But you guys, in addition to playing tomorrow with featuring a lot of great singers, songwriters, and musicians in general, do you have any other big plans for 2019 you want to share?
That's it. That's all.
Oh man, everybody better be there. If that's it.
There's a lot of cool stuff coming up. We're going to Alaska for the first time this coming summer, which I'm excited about that because I didn't even know if I would ever get to Alaska, let alone get to play there. So
Yeah, you mentioned some of Alaska. Yeah, that's an amazing opportunity. I was telling them, everybody, as far as friends and family, one thing they showed me their pictures, and it's like around every corner is a postcard. Whether it's the entire state's beautiful. I haven't seen one ugly picture of Alaska.
Right.
And there's ugly things in Alaska. I mean, the bugs, like my buddy Lucky, he's like, yeah, I got a T-shirt and a long john shirt and a blue jean jacket on, and the mosquitoes bite through that.
whoa.
Oh, cool.
They like hummingbirds or something,
Yeah, all that armor right now.
Mosquitoes up there are brutal.
Wow.
We're
Yeah.
doing the
Deed
camping
up.
tour of Alaska, you said?
Well.
I just want to ride a bear while I'm there. That's all.
I mean, there's clubs here in Cincinnati.
Oh,
you
never
can
mind.
ride a bear.
Oh, God.
Kodiak bear?
I think grizzly.
Grizzly,
I want to tame it myself.
Yeah, I will.
They're rideable. They're rideable.
With my bare hands.
Take a bunch of picnic baskets.
I think you just need to get a lot of, like meat in your hand and, talk real soft.
Yeah, get that vest made out of bacon we were going to wear to catch mountain lions out in Colorado.
That would work.
Yeah, I heard, speaking of that, when you talked
cheaper
about
to
that,
be
you
honest.
talked about mountain lion off, subsequent, I did some research. It wasn't that big of a mountain lion. I mean, it wasn't a kid.
God, it takes a lot to impress you guys. The gosh darn mountain lion.
It said it's like 50 pounds, right?
I've been tamed by a house cat before.
I know.
Come on, give me a break.
They're like a sub
I've seen a
20
dog
pound house
hanging off
cat.
of your arm before.
Yeah, what do you gotta do to get some recognition around here?
The cat's inflicted worse damage on me. I saw the guy.
I just saw a quick picture and his face seemed quite bloodied up, but I didn't see like the extent of the wounds. I assumed that he must have got gashed real good.
So you
But-
guys are telling me that guy beats up kittens?
Yeah.
Yeah, punched a kid. I mean, he choked out. He choked out a kid.
All right, I'm in now. I'm in.
I mean,
The stories get better by
yeah.
the
I
minute.
suppose he's not public enemy number
When
one.
you come back from Alaska,
Peter's gonna tell
that story of Lion Grizzly up there.
Peter.
Hopefully when I come back from Alaska.
There's gotta be a couple bear bars up
I'm just
there.
going to swat the salmon out of their hands before they can get them.
Yeah, that would be a good idea too.
Oh yeah,
That's a picture. That's a postcard right
What
there.
about Moose though? Moose seem a little bit more practical to ride because they're not prone to standing up.
Moose are
dangerous.
vicious.
I would be more
But
afraid
polar
of
bears
this.
are. Sure, yeah. Let's talk about that.
No, they're cuddly, man. You've seen the Coke commercials.
Yeah, the
Come on.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Coca-Cola would not mislead us about polar bears.
Right.
They're just heavy. The moose are big.
Maybe they're only angry
They
because
bump
they
you.
drink cola.
Yeah.
I've seen the young moose attack people. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're getting off subject here. Hey, I come to Alaska. So, who's going to play another tune here?
I am. Yep. I'm gonna play a song I wrote a few years ago. A few, 3, 4 years ago or so, maybe 4. No.
Yeah, lost it.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I feel I'm crawling right out of my skin. Can't tell if I should end it all or begin again. How many candles and how many hearts to keep my twisted head from falling apart? Hang out in sunshine all day. There's kindness hiding in what you say. Don't you dare ask me to change my wicked ways, so you know I'm sure glad I came. Don't you dare ask me to change my wicked ways, so you know I'm sure glad I stayed. Well, I can't see a thing that doesn't make me smile. Wise man told me all delusions aren't style. That sun that came early, it was late as hell. When I blacked out without warning, right where I fell. Music by moonshine all night. The leaves are plastic neon lights. Doing wrong feels as good as being right, especially when you're high as a kite. Doing wrong feels as good as being right, especially when I'm high as a kite. Well, I fell off the wagon, landed on a train. That blood in my hair, it's probably from my brain. There's a surplus of emotion and it's all for free. So I'm investing all my stock in synchronicity. I hope this night might never end. 'Cause my heart is finally on the mend. Time won't break, but if we try, it sure will bend. Especially if we can do it all again. Time won't break, but if we try, it sure will bend. Especially if we can do it all again.
All right. Original layer Diana. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have been playing together as a band for literally decades. And when I know you've been around a long time, you guys have all been around a fairly long time. How long have you guys actually been playing? Just you three together. Who's the new guy? You're the new guy?
Yes, I am. March of 2005.
Okay.
So that'd be coming up on
Man, he knows.
my 14th. Yeah, 14th anniversary coming up.
Wow.
Coming up. So yeah, 14 years, and then Ben and Wolfie started it before.
So, do you guys see yourselves just, kind of like the stone, just kind of wearing it out?
I'm wearing my stuff.
Riding out rock and roll all the way to the grave.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I
Well,
can't imagine a better way to go than like Colonel Bruce Hampton, like what was it, 60th birthday party on stage during the
Yeah.
encore of Turn On Your Love Light. Like,
Yeah.
man, we're better place. Like, and it was all just like a band of his friends playing for his birthday.
Yeah, surrounded by all of his friends. And that's the thing
What a cool way to go out.
is like,
Yeah, it was.
you know, we play with all kinds of different people. We get a chance to like sometimes, you know, pick late night around fires and even just like green room picking and everything. We play with all kinds of different people and like all these situations. But us three together, because of the amount of time we put with each other, there's so much intuition and so much. It doesn't matter how good the other person is. If they don't know you, and yeah, just the way we work together, there's just there's nothing better. And it's just the amount of time that's put into it that you can't make up for just being really, you know, skilled or dexterous. You know, when you have to, you know, oh, I know exactly what he's gonna do. Like you see it coming, you know.
Well, yeah, and I've been seeing you not that long, but it's been, I think 2009 was probably the first time I saw you guys, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's one thing that attracted me to you, one of the multiple things. One of the things that attracted me to you was watching you on stage and watching your synergy between you. And it seemed sort of seamless, the way you guys played together. And you guys were just really tight. So, yeah, I made sure I followed you guys around. Like I think Glow Stick will keep letting you.
We love those guys. They're hilarious. They're a good time.
Yeah, Glow Stick, I mean, when they come in the studio, it's always fun and enjoyable, and we end up staying late and talking, you know, like an hour after the show. They're just a bunch of real cool kids. I actually did an interview with them back in like 2010 or something. And they were just, I mean, literally like teenagers, like 19-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was interesting. You can find that one on YouTube. That's a fun one. I know Rob was having a really good time at that festival. It was one of those wham bands where they had their unlimited bar and
Oh man.
yeah, so all night long. I think it closed for 2 hours. Between 4 and 6 a.m. it closed.
The restock.
Yeah, I think
restock.
Restock.
Right.
Mop the bar.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
So if someone heard you guys, I mean, you're from Cincinnati, you travel all over. If someone heard you guys and said, yeah, I'm going to go check out those Rocky Mountain Boys, where can they find you guys on the interwebs? I'm sure you guys got all kinds of stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, we got like Facebook and
Pornhub. That's where we made our first webpage.
I think.
Instagram and all that stuff.
What is it? Yeah, we have, you know, Instagram, we got Twitter.
It should be on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Do you have an official RockyMountainBoys.com website?
Yeah. Just the full name written out. Yeah.
Then all
you can just
Facebook.
get there trashgrass.com.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, redirect.
Teaching
I think
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, this day and age, most people just Google it anyway, or you know, they whatever their search engine they prefer. But yeah, they just you type in the band name, and it'll give you, you know, it'll lay all those different accounts out for you. But
We're done typing.
yeah. It's predictive. How did you know?
Yeah, I'm just
What
really
is my
fun.
method for like figuring out where the show is? Just follow the bus, and when it stops, like get out and start unloading stuff with us. Oh, where? This one.
That's funny. So I'm going to ask you guys one more quick question, and then I think we'll wrap this interview up because we got the tourist Julius coming in about a half hour or so. You haven't already asked him this question, so I'll ask him this question last. Do you have a favorite Grateful Dead tune that you're into right now? And it could change.
So the long time absolute is Estimated Profit,
Estimated, okay.
and
That's said a fair amount.
What did I say last week?
and there's this whole, if we have a quick minute, I'd like to espouse this theory that no one has corroborated, not even Gans, and I've asked him about this, but the song, a lot of those lyrics reference this book I read like 15, 20 years ago that my uncle gave me that he bought on lot. You know, in the 80s, he got this big cachet of esoteric books, like books that were written by psychics, and this one specific book was called The Great White Brotherhood, and it's not what you think. It was The Great White Brotherhood was the collection of all of the major religious leaders that ever existed, you know, and that they supposedly are on top of Mount Shasta, they like send out positive energy out through the world and try. And so it's written by Elizabeth Clare Prophet, is her name, her and her husband Mark Prophet. And they ran Summit Lighthouse University, which was this, what actually kind of ended up being this cult. That it was a university you paid to get in, and you got these religious degrees that they gave that were in no way validated, as far as I know, by anyone. But anyway, a bunch of lyrics from the song are stuff that I remember reading through this book that was a transcription of a event they had on Mount Shasta where she channeled like I am Jesus, and then said like a whole speech from Jesus's perspective, and then Buddha and some weird Greek gods and stuff. So and I call down thunder and speak saying my words light the sky with flame. All that was like almost word for word from this book, and I think that Barlow had gone there. And I think I'm guessing that he at least had come across some of the cult members, because it was in north of San Francisco, I believe. Summit Lighthouse University is somewhere around there. So the point is, that's my theory, because too much of it lines up for it not to be the case, but no one's been able to corroborate it. So if anybody out there in Radio Land has any to add to that.
Yeah, if you remember what was it, the Great White?
Well, Great White Brotherhood was the name of the book. They wrote several books, but it was called Summit Lighthouse University, and Church of Universal Triumphant, I think, was their name for the church.
Do you guys have a website?
Probably.com, I'm just guessing.
Probably.com.
Well, since California is probably, 3-4 hours behind us, next time you're guys are in studio, we'll put their number up online. We'll just pick up the WX call and call them.
Yeah.
Right.
Did Barlow ever
distance
come
call to the
here?
radio station. Downtown. We can do that right now. We can get them on air.
Wait a minute,
It's a little late. We'll have to do it early.
Yeah,
Is your
time
refrigerator running?
You better call down Thunder.
I've never heard anybody say that.
right, and it was such a rare, obscure, probably small print book. I don't imagine there was a whole lot of them made, but it ended up in my hands through my uncle from Deadlot, because my uncle
Well,
fought
on the West
Deadlot.
Coast, though, I mean, it probably shuffled his way up and down the coast.
Exactly, and I don't, it doesn't surprise me a lot, kind of thing. And there was an Edgar Casey book, I think, and a few other crazy ones. Yeah, so
Sleeping.
if anybody knows,
Okay, well.
that's my answer for Dead Song.
And then, since you've had a lot of time to think about it.
Sorry, guys. Anyway.
Well, I want to talk a little about Scientology. I'm always a sucker for a good Stella Blue.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you say that every single time.
It's the one I refuse to play because I want to play. Never mind.
There you go. And Whoopi, of course, I think you said Dark Star last week.
Yeah, but I changed my answer. Anything from the Robert Hunter album Sentinel.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Lazy Lightning.
Nope.
Little junkie girl.
Oh no, that's a pretty good one.
What of it?
Little Junkie Girl's good one.
In case you guys have just tuned in, you just missed Rocky Mountain. Were you guys going to play another one, or are you guys going to? I'll leave it totally up to you. I'm not putting pressure on you whatsoever. We'll leave it totally up to you.
Huh?
We can do one more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's cool.
Oh, so this is to promote the honky tonk.
Oh, that's right.
It's honky tonk.
Throw down, throw down,
Honky tonk.
trash. Yeah.
Tomorrow night. Also, Saturday and Sunday we're going to be up in Columbus at Woodland Tavern for the holiday for
What holiday? St. Patty's.
St. Patty's Day. I was going to say, sing it in my head.
Flag Day, I think.
Yep. We'll be singing Valentine's Day songs.
I'm even Irish. I didn't know that. Jeez.
You ready, bud?
Yeah, okay. G.
The jukebox is playing a honky tonk song. One more I keep saying that I'll go home. What good would it do me? I know what I'll find. An empty bottle, a broken heart. You're still on my mind. The people are laughing and having their fun while I sit here thinking about what you have done.
that by?
I don't know who. I learned it from Graham Parsons, but I don't think it's originally his tune.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool, Tim. So if you guys like what you heard, RockyMountainBoys.com is officially the website. Check them out from our Stanleys. And, yeah, I was going to say they're going to be traveling probably across the U.S. You guys are probably working on an album in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yep.
Sure.
No? Okay.
We're working on material. We're working on material for the album. Yes.
I mean, just had one that just came out.
We're all just
No, we're starting material for the next one, and it's in the
I think
it's in what would it's preliminary stages. What would be the
Embryonic form.
it's the early design and it's early
Yeah. You're still.
but it's coming.
Still carving out.
me off real good, dude.
right. That's it.
Yeah, like 64% of the people who come in are working on albums. So yeah, I stand a good chance when I say that. Yeah, we are actually. Yeah. Got artwork we're waiting on. Yeah. All right, well, let's get on with a little bit more of the Grateful Dead. Guys, thanks for joining me. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
It was
thank you.
fun and always exciting. Jesse, I'll let you do the official.
That's what radio was meant to be.
Yeah, well, yeah. And support us at WAF's website, WAF883.org. It's the only way you get great stuff like the Rocky Mountain Boys, Grateful Dead, Take Your Jesse, each and every Thursday. We're going to reflect this in. You get the teletype. You got a teletype machine.
It's just in.
Stock report.
I think you guys are getting a what are those things called? You tap.
Morse code. Right? Or no, the telegraph.
Telegraph.
Yeah, we have a telegraph.
The old ticker tape.
We are. We've been around that long. Now, we've actually in our fifth decade. We started in 1975, I think it was, the first year. Man, I'm older than this. Yeah, so am I. But yeah, we've actually got a couple programmers who've been around since the mid-70s. Still here at the radio station, so. And one will be in next week, Kitty's Blues on Before My Show. She's coming back next week for her triumphant return, so. All right, well, speaking of triumphant returns, like I said, we're going to get back to that 21169 show. The Notorious Shows will be in here momentarily. It's got two turntables and a microphone, and usually takes you on a musical journey unlike any other. It takes you to the further reaches of the galaxy and your mind. So stick around. Always a blast, always a hoot with him, man. All right, well, let's get out of here, and we're going to roll into, speaking of a hoot, this cryptical, other one cryptical from this 21169 show's tight, about 13, 14 minutes long. But one of my favorite versions, in as much as it's so good that it seems shorter. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just one of those tunes that just really, really like. So, guys, we'll check you out next week. We're going to roll off here. Hang out with the Rockies a little bit. Don't forget to stop down. Jesse, will probably be at the show tomorrow. Let's stop down and see him. And an eclectic mix. They've got probably, 114 different musicians coming down tomorrow to join them. We're all going to get on one stage together as families. So we're going to have fun squeezing them on. All right, guys. We'll check you out next week.
For $400, I got Jerry Garcia in a pouch, man.
This is a top to, use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11, mostly 11, and then go up to 10. Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes going to be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
Exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
song me this road. Rainbows spiral round and round and tremble and explode. Left this smoking crater of mine, I like to blow away. But then he come round and melted me for smiling on a cloudy day. I came across an empty space. It trembled and exploded at the bus stop in its place. Just came by and I got home, that's when it all began. Well, come on in, at the wheel of a bus to never ever land.
National Weather Service in Wilmington has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Mason County, Robertson County, Bracken County, southeastern Grant County, southeastern Owen County, southern Pendleton County, southeastern Claremont County and southwestern Ohio, central Brown County in southwestern Ohio, northwestern Adams County in southwestern Ohio, southeastern Highland County in southwestern Ohio, until 10:30 p.m. At 9:53 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Mount Orb to 10 miles south of Williamstown, moving northeast at 70 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Georgetown, Falmouth, Ripley, Augusta, Winchester, Sardinia, Seaman, Felicity, Brooksville, Morgan, Emerald, Russellville, Hammersville, Dover, Higginsport, Corinth, Germantown, Neville, Shiloh and Browning Corner. This includes Interstate 75 in Kentucky between mile markers 144 and 148.
spider pig does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out, he is a spider pig.